Good afternoon and welcome. Today is Saturday and it's time to talk about My Dress Up Darling. Now we're on episode 11 and Kitagawa and Gojo's relationship. It's oh my god, it's too perfect. Every episode of My Dress Up Darling has always been a lot of misunderstandings, fan service. The relationship is 100% building. What else can you say? What else can't you say? Well, actually, my question is, can you think of something wrong with this show? None. I can't think of one bad episode or one bad scene in My Dress Up Darling. I can't find nothing. Every episode of My Dress Up Darling has a unique storyline. Well, the entire storyline is cosplaying, but the reality of it, of all, is the relationship between two opposites, old school and new school. And when you put them together, you have a couple like Marin and Gojo. Their relationship is so freaking good that both of them makes us feel comfortable with our body in the world of cosplaying. But also watching these episodes, it's like we're very proud of their work. We're actually very proud of them, and we're proud of their romance. We're proud of this ship that every episode this ship begins to build and build and build, knowing from the first episode that they were going to be together, knowing that. But still, the chemistry, the relationship that these two have in terms of their emotion towards one another, even though one doesn't say I love you, but they all give us like so much us, there's a high potential, like really, like already from the first moment we saw them, like this is already high potential shipping. And I'm telling you right now, if there was an anime awards right now, best couple, best boy and best girls up there. Now, I said this before and I'll say this again. Kitagawa is already, to me, a first ballot pick for best girl. Now, I get it. With the exceptions of Rise of the Shield Hero and Spy X Family, I'm telling you right now, Marin is going to have a lot of competition this year. But like I said, she's best girl this winter. Even though we're in tomorrow's spring, we'll see where that goes. But episode 11 is like, we're not surprised. This episode 11 was not about the surprise. We knew what we were going to get just by the title alone. So let's get right to it. Episode 11 of My Dress Up Darling. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be laughing my ass off. I'm going to be moving around in my bed because I'm going to be like emotional about what's going on. Okay, so where to start? Well, they went to a manga cafe. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm like Gojo. I've never been to a manga cafe. Not like that, but no. Room small, all that stuff. Never been to one. So they got closer together and they were, they're reading a manga about this little succubus thing. And it's a slice of life. Now, they're all different now. In the world of anime, they're all different genres. There are genres of anime that people like. Music, slice of life, harem, horror, action adventure, isekai. The list goes on all things anime, and we all have that kind of taste. Gojo, he's getting used to the slice of life thing, and it's kind of funny because, he never read, he's not used to the manga, but reading the whole slice of life about a succubus, Now, he doesn't know what a succubus is, and that kind of, watching that, I'm like, I hit my head, because I'm like, I understand you're old school, Gojo, don't get me wrong, but you don't know what a succubus is? You don't know what that is? Have your grandpa told you about like a vampire, like monster creatures, like a succubus, a vampire, a zombie? Like, you don't know anything about the succubus? And I like how Kitagawa went in depth. She didn't, like, her definition of succubus, there was no hesitation in her face. As soon as he I mean, as soon as Marin described the whole thing, what a succubus is, went in deep, where it's like, oh, a succubus, luscious lady, drinks all the semen of men and then die. You know, she was 100% accurate with the definition of it, and it faced Gojo. Now, now she wants to cosplay it as this slice of life little succubus girl with the pigtails, but she can't pull it off because she feels like, my hair's long, I can't pull off pigtails. But leave it to Gojo's inspirational words saying, you look great in pigtails, all that stuff. Kind of, and the emotion of that was there. Okay. Now, The Love Hotel. I'm so glad I didn't read the manga. I didn't read this yet. I was really rolling off the edge of my bed. I was cracking up on the big screen just watching this. I need this. I need a demonstration here. Okay. They're at a love hotel. And how they got there was a misunderstanding from Kitagawa. She actually purchased a room pretty cheap, but she didn't know that it was a love hotel. Sum that up. Again, I'm gonna go baffled on this. I was cracking up. Kitagawa, this is why she's best girl. She ain't afraid of explaining the love hotel. She ain't afraid of stepping in that love hotel. Not only that, she was looking. She was actually looking for, like, she wasn't afraid when she got on the bed. She wasn't afraid. She saw an electric massager, by the way. And Gojo is still like, frozen. And I'm gonna get the Gojo later. I've become so freaking the fuck out. I know this was a review, but damn, this is more like a reaction review. I'm sorry. I'm cracking up just by watching this this couple. Now, we all know, like, when they got into a love hotel, the first thing that came to mind is fan service and a lot of misunderstandings. And we got all that in one love hotel scenes. So the whole electric massager thing, that was really funny. And Kitagawa came out with her outfit that she changed. Before I even get to that, Gojo, my man. Gojo. What the heck? Okay, let me get this. While he waited for Kitagawa to change, he grabbed the remote, turned on, and hear one moaning. One moaning, and as soon as in that quick instant, he turned the volume down. And I'm like, Gojo, what you thought was gonna... In my mind, I'm like, Gojo, what are you thinking? You know it's a love hotel, condom, electric massager, sex on TV. Like, you know what you were gonna get yourself into the moment you realize what our love hotel is. So as soon as he heard that, he literally, like, turned it down. He turned it down to the volume like a 1 or 2. Like a volume 1 or 2. And the thing is, I'm like... I'm like, is my laptop off? Because I didn't hear any sound at all. But when Gojo, I had to like literally listen. And I heard one, I'm like, oh, I'm like, Gojo's actually watching, he's watching porn. He's actually watching it, like, just sitting down, just turn the volume low and just like, listening to it one time. Literally, like, one remote, he turned out like this. Flipped out everything. I'm like, oh my God. And he turned it on. And then Kitagawa comes out with her amazing outfit. You know, she's great skin, by the way, and great outfit, by the way, and especially her succubus tail. And then it got a little crazy when she's trying to look for a condom. She looked through everywhere to the bathroom. She found the condoms all around. She's like, here, you take one and I take one. We know what this is. We all know what it's gonna lead to. I love, you know what, like I said, I didn't read the manga, but I'm pretty sure who's been reading the manga, we already know what it's going to lead to, and it will happen. Because Kitagawa mentioned, like, oh, if you have a condom in your wallet, make you rich. So she has a condom, she goes to a condom. And again, this is why I like Kitagawa, not afraid to speak her mind. Like, literally not afraid to speak her mind. The love hotel, the definition of a succubus, she ain't freaking afraid. She's not at all. Now, Now they were now they you know, her makeup on. Now they were putting her outfit on, and she looks really, really great. She looks really great. Her succubus outfit is really good with the ears and the tail and the pigtail. She's pulling it off. So they took and her teeth. She looks really good. She has the photo with her eating the chocolate, looking at the chocolate, you know, smiling on and stuff. Now this is when Gojo went photo mode, and then Gojo is like an on and off switch. He's like a TV that goes on, off, or a light that goes on, off. It's like, that's what Gojo does. So by that I mean, when he goes into cosplay mode, he takes photos, analyzing all that stuff. When he wasn't hesitant to realize, well, the Love Hotel, but that's later on. But again, when he's in that mode, he take photos, poses, etc. When Gojo said, "Get on top of me," because he wants to copy from a scene from the manga he read. He loves it. So when he got to that scene where he got to sing a lullaby, Gojo's like, "Okay, get on top of me." Gojo got balls. Oh my God, Gojo got balls, man. I can't even believe it. He got guts. Just say, "Hey, get on top of me," because I want to get a photo of you doing the lullaby. That's it. And when Kinigawa got on top of him, he was all good. Like, in my mind, I'm like, "Gojo, you don't see what you're doing. You don't see what you're doing." In that moment, I'm like, "Oh my freaking God!" And you want to talk about animation being so realistic in this one? You talk about animation, like, again, the animation of My Dress Up Dawn is really freaking good. That moment when I can't stop doing this. It's funny because it's hella funny. So after they took the photo, they heard one moaning in the next door, and we got to see them. But in that moment, once they hear that moaning, that one moan sound, it's like Gojo's cosplay mode switch turned off. His switch turned off to like, wait a minute, I'm in a love hotel. It was like, oh my God. Now you just realize you're in a love hotel, for God's sake, and you got Kinigawa on top of you. He forgot he was on a switch. He's like, wait, I forgot. I think the moaning actually woke him up. And when Kinigawa got on top like this, you know what he did? Out of nowhere, he got his boner just went. I was just looking at Kinigawa's underneath. Got a boner. And Kinigawa felt that. She really felt that. She's like, she felt that. And in that moment, as soon as he's trying to get her off, like, you know, he grabbed her belly, moaned, and then the bed shook like this. That bed just shook. The spring. You can see the animation of the springs, the bed springs. Oh my God, this was funny. The moment the bed shook. In our mind, they're like, "Oh, they got busy." And I'm pretty sure we all had thought that too. Everything was set on. Kinigawa hold her first, like, one moan from her. She's like, she tried to hold it. Oh my God. And then when Kinigawa went to the bathroom, I'm telling you this, she got turned on too. Well, let's not front and say she did. She freaking did. And then Gojo's eyes in the elevator. Like, Kinigawa was all blushing on one side with her hair twirling, but you got Gojo still in that zombie eye freak mode. Like, it's one of those stay up to like 4 a.m. type, 4 in the freaking morning type eyes, where his eyes is completely red, like red eyes. And then when he went home I like the ending, because the ending reminds me. The ending of that was so funny. I can't even imagine. This is how funny this is. So he banging his head like, And in the process, he's like, Kinigawa. And I'm like, we all know what you were doing. Don't front, Gojo. We all know what you were thinking. The moment you came home, you had your hand down here, you had this. And you know what that symbol is. We all know what that means. Have you, like, it's funny because I'm thinking, and that last scene, I was thinking of Rent a Girlfriend. At the end, the ending of I'm sorry, the ending theme, and Kazuya had the soda can, and you know what that means when he's shaking the soda can like this. So when I'm looking at this, and I see Gojo patting his head like this, with his hand down here, I'm like, you know what he was thinking. We know what you were thinking, Gojo. And that's what makes him embarrassed. Yeah, but we all know you was pushing yourself to the limits. Talk about pushing to the limits. You know, gotta know your limits, all that shit. Yo, he really did. I can't even think. So, I will say this. Episode 11 was the funniest episode of all to me. I can't say for next week, given that next week is the last episode. But this episode this episode did gives us not only a lot of misunderstandings and the fan service, but the symbolism behind those shots with the condoms and the eye contact and on the bed scene. We know where this is going. We know where this is going. Their relationship, to me, is better than Horimiya's. And that's me saying that. From the bottom of my heart, it is. But again, funny ass funny show. And like I said, this was a great episode. Especially the Love Hotel. The Love Hotel kind of break the shatters of best episodes right now. So, I don't know how next week is, but we'll see. So I look forward for next week's episode of My Dress Up Darling. Again, it's the last episode, so let's see where this goes. Sadly, it's going to end, but I tell you right now, generally, season 2 needs to happen for these two. Season 2 needs to happen for this couple. The way how this couple is and the way how they're building up to this, to the moment where when they gotta kiss, they gotta kiss. They gotta. Again, it's just too laughable for me because every scene was it's like every scene was predictable, but the way how they did it in terms of animation and everything is so fucking good. I can't hate it. So I look forward for next week's episode of My Dress Up Darling. The last episode. Sad to see it go, but I know I know there will be a season 2. So I look forward for next week's episode of it, and I'm sure you will.